Is it cheating in pens in a bin if I'm using a pencil?
I think it's allowed under the circumstances.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, how's that?
Oh.
Unlucky, mate. Unlucky.
Yeah.
Okay. Ugh.
See, this is why I had to allow the pencil, you see.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Extra balance.
Ah.
I've got one more. You got another one? You should have another one. You got
Last one.
Okay, last one. Oh! For the
Nice
equaliser.
try.
For the equaliser. Come on, mate.
Yes!
Ooh. I'm feeling a rumbling in the waters. I think,
Hasn't caught up with me yet.
yeah, I think it's time to,
Got to do the thing.
time to do the thing.
Oh, the thing.
Afraid
Right,
so.
okay. Alright.
Assume the position. And, oh. Yeah, ooh, look at that.
Oh, yeah. Somebody repotted Casper.
Huh?
Maybe movies.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of all ages, or in particular, ladies and gentlemen of all ages between the ages of 18 and about 35, which seems to be our core demographic at the moment.
Hi there, everybody.
My name's Max.
Oh, and my name is Sam.
And we are your theoretical directors for the duration.
What duration, though? That's the question.
Well, that remains to be seen. Yes, so if you were with us on Friday a couple of weeks ago for our pitch meeting, then you'll know that this month, in honour of the release of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire...
Looking forward to it, I have to admit.
Mm-hmm. We are looking at the original Ghostbusters and also the Frighteners.
The Frighteners. A nice combination, I think. A completely insane combination, but a nice combination all the
It
same.
is a very good one. And the good thing about this as well is, hopefully later in the year, we'll get to kind of revisit the Fab Four in a mashup.
Save it for later. I don't want to get too excited.
Well, yes, more about that later in the year. We decided that we're going to be looking at the Ghosteners first of all, which will see Frank Bannister and his entourage in the Big Apple taking on ghosts.
Yeah.
This is a thing, and it is about to happen. With almost no further ado.
Well,
but before we do, just all the usual, please do. Again, if you do enjoy what we do here, please do all the regular stuff. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to be kept apprised of when new content comes out.
Oh, and comment. Don't forget to comment. We want to hear all of your thoughts.
Absolutely. If you do really like what we do here, then go over and check out our Patreon as well.
We do even have some extra stuff for you.
I am finally getting time to put some stuff out on there. Ghosteners Act 1. I had a couple of questions. First of all.
Excellent. Good. I have nothing but questions, but yeah, let's go with yours first.
So first question is, it's a question of scale.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I mean, I kind of know the answer already, but I have to ask. I'm assuming that the scale of this thing is as it is. We are talking biblical level shit going down.
Biblical proportions.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Well, we kind of have to. That's the story, isn't it?
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure that is the level that we are working on. And again, I had an idea I wrote it down as a question, and then I actually managed to turn it into a possible thing for the film. My original question was, do we then assume that his ghost oven works? But then I suddenly thought, well, actually, what if we take Frank Bannister as he is, and he is conning people until it suddenly works?
Yes.
I was thinking something along those lines, that he was going along merrily conning people, and suddenly he gets dragged into... He gets a call, and it's a real one. And
Yes.
It's not his friends.
Yeah.
He gets a call, and it's not something he set up with his friends.
But I was thinking again, his contraption that he has, that he carries
Yes, his
around.
ghost oven.
Yeah,
the
So I
toaster.
thought maybe that suddenly, he's not expecting it to, but suddenly it works.
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe we can tie that into the end, because obviously we need to make provision for our friend Peck.
I'm Walter Peck.
Oh, right, okay.
But we'll come to that a bit more. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea. I mean, I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but also I should say it now. Like the idea of at the beginning we need to show him doing the actual con job.
Which I thought
with the toaster and nothing happens, and then he gets the call for Slimer or whatever, and when he does the toaster thing, he pulls out the little bag and it's jumping about.
And it's jumping about.
And it's jumping I'll dispose of this.
Yes. Fantastic, which is pretty much how I was pitching it as well. What else did I have? Do we want to allow ourselves the license that he may have some New York ghosts in his entourage as well?
Yeah.
If
because we've relocated him.
He's still got the ones, so he's still got the judge, and I didn't take down the names of the other two. I don't know if you did.
Stuart and Cyrus.
That's it. Thank you.
Yes, no, I made a special point to note their names down.
Fantastic. Did I have any other questions? Oh, yes.
I mean, Cyrus. He could be a Harlem dude.
Yeah.
Easily.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And Stuart, I don't know, maybe Queens.
Seems to me. He always, again, especially when you see him at the end, he looks a bit like not Buddy Holly.
Queens is just ever so slightly nicer than, say, Brooklyn or Harlem or something like that. It's just a little bit nicer. You can see the
Queens, so he looks like he's kind of like a grown-up Peter Parker.
Right, let's not get carried away here.
No. I did have one more question. It's a question of law.
I am an officer of the law.
Right, okay.
So obviously Ghostbusters law, based on the wonderful imagination of Dan Aykroyd, it's all about spirits and these things being parallel dimensions, whereas the Frighteners law is very Judeo-Christian.
Those are just perspectives.
Fantastic. That works. Again, talking about hand-waving stuff, it doesn't matter. That's cool. Then I think, with that out of the way, we can begin. My thoughts about the opening is we get the same opening with the Lady Librarian.
Oh, yes.
And all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
But he's in the library, because this is one of his setups. And the ghost in the library is one of his entourage.
Right, I was going to say it had to be something like that.
Yeah. But which did also bring in another thing that I was thinking as well. Again, just in general moving forward in the story. And again, I don't know what you feel about this, because obviously with the time approaching for the coming of Gozer, it's what is increasing the amount of paranormal activity in the New York area. So that there's kind of like a delineation between the good ghosts and the bad ghosts. Bad ghosts, should I say, appear corrupted because they're corrupted by the power of Gozer, so you get the likes of Slimer.
Yes.
Who do not look human.
Right, yeah.
Whereas the good ghosts retain their human appearance.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So there's the possibility later down the storyline that one of his entourage starts to get corrupted.
Oh, okay, yeah. I would vote for either the judge or Stuart, because they look the most corrupted.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I was thinking, I'm getting it again, jumping ahead of myself, but it's like, when we get to this bit, I might suddenly have forgotten it for various reasons. When it comes to all the stuff about the building, Frank Bannister was an architect.
just take it.
Oops.
That is very true. Well remembered. Which is interesting because I'd put down that he buys the firehouse because he's kind of, again, it's the thing with Frank as well, he's kind of the champion of lost causes.
Yeah, he's going to fix it up.
Yeah, of course I am. I'm going to get around to this.
Yeah.
And obviously, until what's about to happen.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. So yes, anyway, so we get our opening, get the bit in the library still the same, but except that he's there and goes, oh yeah, by the way, Frank Bannister, psychic investigator. Yeah, you don't need to call anybody, I'll go down and have a look. Has a wander around, and again, from the audience's perspective, you see Frank as he does wandering around, having a look at the ectoplasm and stuff, and when he walks around the corner and sees the ghost, oh, hello, Mrs. Drabble or something.
Oh, right.
How's it going? Oh, hi, Frank.
Well, but we lose the big scare.
Okay, yeah, I've got it then. If we have to do it right, though, because I think it's one of those things that we can do it in the same way that Ghostbusters doesn't really ever kind of make things too obvious. We can link this into what else is going on, is he goes around and starts talking to her and she doesn't respond. And when he tries to approach her, then she turns nasty.
Oh, right. Okay, so she'd be the first one corrupted by Gozer.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't need to have a moment where he realises that. It's just a part of the film.
It's just part of the film. He's
Yes.
just like, whoa,
Yeah.
oh, right, yep. Brilliant.
I take it then we're going to lose all of the stuff at the university.
Dean Yeager.
Kind of have to.
So instead you'd have Frank wandering around New
I mean,
York?
can you think of a reason why we would have the university involved?
No.
No.
I can't.
His background doesn't really
No.
sell that. So maybe he already owns the fire station.
I thought so. I thought we just brush that off. It's already in his thing.
Yeah.
But we can have it. So we replace the scenes with them going to the bank, them kind of deciding to go into business for themselves, with him discussing what just happened at the library with Cyrus and Stuart.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And they're a bit like, well, I don't know.
I can't think of the line, but it's like, that's what you get for relying on such and such.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Like, maybe she was a new hire, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, something like that. That's what you get for going with the new hire.
Ooh, Janine.
What do you want?
Janine. Oh, I see your problem.
I think we should keep Janine.
Well, he gets paid for doing what he does.
Yeah. And again, as things start to ramp up, he's going to have the money to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think...
Yeah, absolutely.
Which also did bring something else up. And again, I was going to leave it till a bit later, but I may as well mention it now. As events progress, this paranormal activity starts to increase to the size of a Twinkie, and we all know how big the Twinkie is.
That's a big Twinkie.
Oh, yes.
What about if all the ghosts start to become more visible, including his?
Oh, that's a nice little twist. So as the power gathers around the building, all of the local ghosts become more physical.
So you might get a moment where Janine's at her desk and looks up and there's just like Stuart or something there going...
So we have Dana. Because it's Dana and then Slimer in the original story. It is Dana and then Slimer
in that order. See, I did think it was a sticking point, and then I kind of figured out a way that it was, how does Dana hear about him? Because obviously she hears about the Ghostbusters because she sees the advert. But what if he gets interviewed leaving the library? And then that's on the news.
That's a possibility. Or he could have the ghosts going around town, dropping his business card in people's pockets. Like, you know how they do the bit with the baby, and the baby's holding the business card?
Yeah. Nice. I like it.
Are you going to go with it?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness. I am scoring out of the park here.
Fantastic.
No, actually, there's a way we can do both. We could do the thing where she gets home from work, and she pulls the business card out of her pocket, and is like, what's this? And throws it in the trash. And then everything happens.
Okay.
No, it still doesn't work. So she comes home, she finds the business card, what's this? Throws it in the trash, turns on the TV, and there's him being interviewed after coming out of the library.
Yes.
And then everything
kicks in. Yes.
Yeah.
That works.
Also, you should have a star. You've done a couple of cool things.
Oh,
and
good.
I did like that one. That's why I had to include it.
Fantastic.
I think doing both works.
It does, yeah. Because it really lays it on thick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so we get Dana's visit to see him.
So Dana's furnished another story. Obviously, Frank's going to be more confunded by this story. Because obviously, not one of his ghosts.
Yeah.
But also, what? Zool? What's Zool?
What's that all about? Yeah.
You know?
And all of this stuff. I think we're going to have to say, when he goes, because I'm assuming he's going to go to the apartment, that he doesn't take any of the ghosts with him. Because I'm thinking of that bit when, is it Ray? And he follows Lucy up to the house, and he sees the house as it really is.
Yes.
Sound red alert.
Yeah.
The whole building is going to be like this huge monster. He'll have to go on his own.
Right,
that.
Okay, yeah, that does make sense.
But he'll probably feel something anyway. Unless we're saying that the power, once it's dormant, it's completely dormant.
This is a tough one. It's a small problem, but it's a difficult one to move past.
Well, I suppose not, though, because if we're saying still at this early stage, he's still Frank Bannister doing Frank Bannister's thing. Even if there is something there, he'll be dismissive of it because he just thinks, hey, cool, somebody's come to me with a problem, I'll just do my usual thing.
I was thinking that he would perform an exorcism, and then she would still be like, I thank you for doing that, but, and it's like, look, if it'll put your mind at rest, I'll
do some more digging.
I'll do some digging.
Yeah.
So we finally have it, because we need to find an excuse for him to do some research is what we need.
Yes.
Because the only other option would be for one of the ghosts to have heard the name Zool before.
And that's unlikely.
It's unlikely, and it feels like a MacGuffin. A Deus Ex.
Yes, it does. It does. I don't know. I mean, I suppose we're not going to get Frank being as lecherous as Venk
No,
was.
he'd be awkward and charming, but
Yes.
you'd see his interest.
Yeah.
You know, you'd play that scene. It would be more like his skepticism of her.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because like from his point of view, she could just be some nut job off the street. You know,
That's true. It's just, I just made a note here, at some point we'll have to have Dana, even if it's just to herself, make some line about short men. Because we've got Lewis, you got him as well.
Yeah.
So he's been to the flat, can't find anything wrong, but he says, I'll look into it.
We move on.
We move on, and that moves us pretty quickly into... Yeah, so let's save his ghost becoming visible till Act 2.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because he's about to get very busy.
Yes.
I know we said we're going to end Act 1 with Slimer. How are you thinking this is going to go? Again, he's still going to get the same treatment from the maitre d'.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, that part's going to go pretty much the same.
So he's going to go up to the floor. Again, probably same thing. Try and talk to it.
Yes. He tries to talk to it, tries to reason with it, and it slimes him.
Yes.
And then it goes into the ballroom.
Mm-hmm. What about this? It slimes him, but as it passes through him, he gets a flash. We just see like a little flashback of snippets from different John Belushi movies.
Yeah. I was thinking of that bit when they go into the restaurant to get the maitre d' to work for them, and they're flinking giant shrimp at each other's faces.
From the Blues Brothers, yeah.
Yeah, the
Your
Blues
children.
Brothers,
I want to
yeah.
buy your children.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Half a star for that. That's lovely.
Fantastic. And then ballroom.
So I'm guessing at this point he's going to call the boys in.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm imagining some sort of, like, there's a ghost fight that's happening,
Oh yeah.
which is what causes all the chaos in the ballroom.
Yes, that makes sense.
It's not Frank, it's all the ghosts bumping
Yeah.
into shit and causing chaos.
So maybe Frank gets his oven and puts it on the ground, and they start trying to...
To get them on the ground, they're like, what do you want to do, boss? What do you want to do? Bing.
Yeah, it's not even plugged in or anything. It just starts. Yeah, it just starts whirring.
And it just... the light comes out and he's like,
What the hell just happened? And they're all looking at him like,
what the hell just happened?
which would technically be our end of act. The last thing, I mean, we can leave it for Act 2 if you want, but it's just because, as you said, he's got this thing and it's moving, and so he's not just going to try and flush that down the sink.
Well, this is it. You know the bit when he comes out and he charges them?
Yes.
And they go, that's too much, I won't pay you.
Yeah.
He's holding this little bag.
Of course, yeah, I'm going to put it back in, yeah.
I'll just take that back in there. Oh, no.
So what I was thinking is, in the firehouse, rather than having the containment unit in the basement, he's just throwing them down in the basement.
Yeah.
So it's just this massive thing of bags, just...
bags.
How are we going to get round to that with Peck and later? That's for Act 3, we'll worry about that later. But that will bring us to the end of Act 1.
That's Act 1, yes.
That leads into montage, isn't it, of stuff?
Stuff, yes.
Yes, which we will look at,
in a moment.
Yes.
In a moment. Hey, Delirium Kitty. How you doing? I'm going to jump out of the frame. Want your bedroom? Don't worry, Delirium Kitty will be back.
Cats, they're just everywhere.
Just everywhere. They randomly manifest in the universe. They are quantum beings.
They are. And they're also liquids as well.
Indeed. Right, yes.
Getting distracted by animal husbandry. No, that's not what I meant. I don't know where that came from.
Don't ask me.
Don't listen. Act 2. Slimer is literally in the bag.
Yes.
Yes, so as we said, we get the montage of him suddenly being very, very busy. So instead of the picture of the proton pack on the cover of the magazine, it's just his oven. The science of the future. In amongst, obviously, Dana doing her stuff. I'm assuming then, obviously, in this version, we aren't going to get Winston.
That's what I was thinking about. Probably not. No, because he belongs with...
He belongs with them.
So no Winston. Maybe it's a montage of him trying to hire people and just getting a bunch of kooks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Sometimes it'll be him, but sometimes it'll be Janine.
Yeah.
Just getting increasingly... you know that. Do you believe in teleportation, ESP, and the theory of Atlantis? that really dead, monotone voice, you know.
My name's Mushroom Blossom, and I believe in...
Next!
Yeah, we could even do that. You could have like a queued out the firehouse.
Yeah, just all the nut jobs in New York, you know. Just,
fantastic. You know. Yes, yeah, that's brilliant. So he's not going to get any help. I mean, because again, I suppose this now would be a nice time to mention it. We should have mentioned it before, but we didn't. But likewise, Dammers belongs in Frighteners, so he has to stay over there.
Yeah, I thought about it, but no, he does need to stay there.
You are violating my territorial...
Do we then tie this in with... No, because they don't really... Because in Ghostbusters, we never actually see them researching Zool. It all happens off camera.
They mention it a couple of times, but they don't actually show it now.
No. If we want to, we could have one of the ghosts in the library doing some research.
I was just thinking something like that. Well, no, like the old lady.
Oh, yeah.
Doing some research in the basement of the library, but every once in a while she just goes, "Ah!"
And you just see one of the other ghosts run away, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's nice. That brings us up to... It's so nice when you get a movie that you know so well. That
Yeah.
It's part of the other reason why I was saying about the other ghosts becoming physical, because Frank will be in two places at once when we get to the gatekeeper and the keymaster.
Oh, right. I see. Yes, of course. We sort of hinted at it in the first act. We need to show, during these various montages we've got at the beginning of this act, Janine increasingly noticing the ghosts.
So it could even be while she's in the middle of doing one of the interviews, but the guy's giving their response, and she's just looking over his shoulder. Yeah. She can see like a movement or something, or somebody's reorganising the filing or something.
Yeah.
And then,
right. Walter Peck. This is the thing. Yeah.
Oh yes.
How do we do this? I mean, Walter being Walter, so the beginning can be the same.
We can tie this into that moment where obviously Peck comes in. He goes through to see... I was going to say Venkman. Goes through to see Frank. Mm-hmm. What we also get, what we can see as the audience is... I don't know, it's probably going to be Stu who's there on the desk like this.
Yeah.
Staring at Janine. And so while the action is focused on Frank with Peck, off screen you just hear this... She's seen him properly for the first time, just sitting there staring at him.
So, I could see it kind of going similar. Like, when it comes to the, can I have a look? Why are you so concerned about the storage of ghosts of all things?
Have you not got better things to be doing? Yeah.
US government doesn't even recognise the existence of ghosts. Mm-hmm. Why is this a problem?
Isn't there a toxic waste spill you've got to be to deal with or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which obviously he's not going to buy. He leans on it, and then he basically tells him to sod off.
What we don't get is the Twinkie speech. I'm just trying to think how we get something even remotely close to it. Well, no, we could just go to the bit like after he runs Peck out of the office. He goes down, and we just follow him going down into the basement, and it's just a sea of these little jiggling packages.
Yes. Well, it could be, we can again tie that into, for example, Cyrus has come back from speaking to the old woman, and it's like, dude, it's fucking busy out there. Everywhere, I'm used to seeing one or two on the way back, but they are everywhere. So we can get it from him instead.
Right, so it's not the Twinkie speech, but it's an equivalent of it.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, go for it.
Yay!
That was an awkward one. It's a shame we don't get the Twinkie speech, because it's a great speech. But we get the equivalent, and that's what we need, because the story has to progress. And then... right, sorry, we skipped over something.
We did?
We did a little bit. Earlier on in the montage is when Venkman goes to visit Dana after she comes out of the orchestra and arranges the date.
Of course. I can't see that really being any different. He's got some information for her. Let's discuss it. But
in this case, it would probably be more genuine because, like, I'll bring you bring the food and I'll bring the Tobin Spirit Guide and we can go over it together. Because he's never read it before. He's not familiar with it, you know?
Because he's not Venkman. So Dana's response to him is going to be different. And he does still have that kind of schoolboy charm and that slightly aloofness about him. What if she suggests it? I'll come see you.
That's brilliant, yeah.
He's a bit kind of nervous and things like that. And she says, well, look, I'm busy in a minute. Yeah. Why don't you come around for dinner tonight and we can discuss it?
And that's when we get a little cutaway to Stu and Cyrus going,
Yes, definitely. I like that. You can have one back for that because that just puts the cherry on the cake. Thank you. I do like that, yeah. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got that bit sorted, and then obviously she goes home. Oh, no, I've got a date, blah, 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 and gets attacked by a chair. Obviously, and again, we've kind of skipped over this, but I'm assuming that everything involved with Dana in the background, including all the stuff with Lewis, that's all going to happen.
Happened the way it happened. Then we cut away to Lewis at the party, and...
So we get him arriving, meeting Lewis, doesn't he, in the corridor?
Mhm.
And then, as you say, party while he's in there with this whole thing with Dana.
With Dana levitating and
yes,
stuff.
which is fascinating because he probably won't see anything different. He will just see her. He won't, because she's possessed.
Yeah.
There's no ghost to be seen. He's probably going to be like, what the hell is this? Because it's not a ghost. He's used to dealing with spirits, but not with demonic possession.
I kind of feel like it's the other way around, that he would see the ghost that's possessing her.
Oh, okay.
So we'd see the scene as it plays out in the movie, and at a certain point we'd cut to his POV, and you'd see like the horns of the devil dog coming out of her head or something like that.
Oh, of course, because we've got 35 computers to do the CGI with.
Exactly, yeah, we do. We've got a lot of computers.
Yeah, so again, so there might even be a bit where there's like, we can see, so the camera's kind of seeing what he's seeing, as you say, this kind of, almost like this silhouette around, or as part of her, but then in the reflection of the mirror, it's just her.
Yeah, just her, yeah.
So, oh, fantastic. Love it. Oh, dude.
Oh!
No.
Oh my god, what's going on here?
No, that is
Hey,
good.
kitty.
You're going to come and say hello?
Yeah? Come on. You're okay. Come on, you can come into the frame. Hello, Delirium Kitty. Hello, Pumpkin. Entire Internet, meet Delirium Kitty. Delirium Kitty, meet Entire Internet.
Right.
Where were we? So,
Yes.
yeah,
So you get those. Do we think, again, are we just allowing for... No, of course. Sorry, I'm getting myself confused. Because I always forget he arrives after Lewis is gone, hasn't he?
yes.
I forgot. I got it mixed up.
Yeah, sorry, because Lewis gets chased down, and then we have the bit with Dana
Yes.
and Frank, and she levitates. And that's the bit when the police turn up at the
And-
police
and the
station with Vince Clortho.
Yes.
Now, that's the thing. At this point, we don't have an Egon to strap things to his head with.
Well, this is what I was thinking, is we still get the bit where the cops turn up, and you get the bit with Janine going,
Dropping off or picking up.
Dropping off.
and then either Cyrus or Stuart comes out, and things have got so far, they just accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring him inside.
Well, no. I imagine like they're like, you know, what are you dropping off or picking up? Dropping off. Oh, okay. Let me take a look. And she takes a look, and then you see from her again POV
Yes.
with Stuart and Cyrus going.
Bring him in. Bring him in. Yeah. So this might be a chance then, what I was saying earlier about, as you were saying, possibly Stuart starts getting corrupted because they're left alone trying to figure out what the Keymaster is. I mean, it doesn't even need to be anything vocal, just a look.
You are completely right, because we have to we've hinted at the being corrupted ghosts.
Yes.
We've got to really make it obvious at this point. So, yes, absolutely have a star.
Thank you.
Vince Clortho has to corrupt one of them.
I'll do it in a minute.
Vince Clortho has to corrupt one of them. Which one do you think? I mean, Stuart's the most uptight. He's like kind of closest to the dark side, except for the judge.
I think
we can do the judge. It has to be the judge
because he's the one who's worried about his bones and stuff.
Yeah,
and he's falling apart. And and now but you don't have to.
Yeah, so Vince Clortho rejuvenates his ectoplasm.
Yes. Oh
no! That was a joint effort.
Okay,
that was a joint effort.
I was reaching for them because I haven't put that the one that you gave us on there anyway. So that's the one from a minute ago. Fantastic. Yes, I like it.
So Vince rejuvenates his ectoplasm, and the judge gets corrupted.
And so they have to try and deal with the judge, and that's when they get the call from Frank about what's happening with Dana.
Yeah, absolutely.
Janine under the desk on the phone to him while all of this chaos is going on in the firehouse.
Oh, so we have a scene with Frank hurriedly shouting instructions on how to use the
thing.
Ghost machine.
Yeah.
Does it work for her?
Oh.
Because we've kind of done a little bit of Hollywood magic when we made the machine work.
We have.
Does it work because of Frank, or does it work because...
That's a good question.
Because the universe needs a solution, you know? I mean, it's not like Janine's in danger. There are loads of ways we can solve the situation without that.
And there are still...
I just want to know, does the machine work for Janine?
And of course, we've got to remember this as well. She's trying to keep Lewis under control as well. Mm-hmm. So she's probably shoved him under the desk, pushed herself up against him under the desk with the phone.
Yeah.
I think if it was earlier in the film, I'd have said no. But I think again, the paranormal essence is so strong now.
That's a big Twinkie.
So we're
That
doing
is
some magic
just-
here. We're doing a
yes.
little bit of magic.
We are going to do a little bit of magic, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll tell you what, she tries it,
The
it
universe
doesn't...
is manifesting its own defense.
She tries it, it doesn't work, so she plugs it in.
And it
then,
works.
And then it works.
I love it! Yes!
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, have that. That's
Yes.
a really good one. That's a really good one. Oh.
Do you like a star, Kitty? You do. You get all of the stars. You know that.
Hey, little kitty.
Fantastic.
And that leads us to Walter Peck.
Does.
Obviously, he can't shut down the grid. There is no grid. So what does he do?
Well, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to do what I was supposed to have done about 7 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to take a quick pause in the action for our usual shout out. This one today is for my friend Derek.
Derek.
Yes.
Derek's don't run. Bad taste.
I'm a Derek. Derek's don't run.
Well remembered and very topical. Perfectly on point. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so we're going to have to go revisit it now. Derek and his channel, which is 1407 Grimalkin.
That's a mouthful.
Derek is a huge X-Men fan, and his channel is, he does a lot of stuff about new releases, like new comic releases for X-Men.
Good man.
He also does, when he gets a chance, like interviews with people within the comic book biz as well.
Oh, properly in there then.
Yeah. Derek's a good friend. We've been role-playing online over the past few weeks, and just through conversation, I'm a YouTuber and he's a YouTuber too. I'll make sure that we give him a plug. There will be a link up here and down below. Thank you for all of your support, and I'll see you, I think it's it's tonight. I will see you tonight for game. Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
Sorry, no, back, yes. Peck.
Peck, yes. What does he do? I mean, it's a little bit silly to have him just going down there in a fit of rage, just like stomping on the packets or something like that.
There's going to be too many for that, isn't there?
So we need something big.
Big! Big!
The only thing that I can think, and unfortunately it does mean we lose the roof explosion, is he has some guys turn up with a dumpster truck. And they throw them all in the back, and when they crush them, they all burst and explode.
Oh, that's an option. I was thinking about some sort of industrial-sized vacuum cleaner.
Even easier, because they can bring it in. Yes!
The back blows out. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, that's it, yeah. Because it's more effective if it's in the thing. But because all we need is for a few of them to go, and that sets off a chain reaction, which sets off all the others.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So we get our crescendo.
Because obviously I think Frank's going to be worried because he doesn't know what's going to happen. He doesn't know that he's going to explode. He just goes...
No, he has no idea what
Yeah.
happens with these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it may just be the other ghost going, though. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Ooh, are we saying that they managed to save Stuart?
Stuart? I thought we had the judge go.
Oh.
It was the judge. Yeah, it was the judge.
My brain fart. Oh, no, of course not, because Janine...
Well, I'm going to be honest. At this point in the original film...
Well, no, because we said...
Goodbye, Ray.
The machine worked for Janine, so the judge is in the thing, isn't it?
Oh, no, Goodbye, Judge. Yes, in the middle of Act 2.
Yeah. He's in the machine.
Yeah.
So he's been in one of the packets.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So again, we can tie this into that bit. They all, as they all burst out, they have to go and try and wrestle him down again. All hell breaks loose. Lewis wanders off, and Frank gets arrested.
End of Act.
Which is end of Act 2.
End of Act 2, yes.
We're back in a moment. I won't have moved. Someone is very comfy. I am blinded by all of the stars. Chris would be jealous. That's amazing. We haven't even finished the first film yet. I can't remember. I'm currently sitting on 6.
I'm currently sitting on 7.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Act 3.
Yes, this is where it all starts to fall apart for me.
So we get Cape Keeper and Keymaster.
Well, we get the montage of ghosts.
Yes.
And the explosion. And then, then we get them in prison. So, again, I discussed this at the beginning. We get that scene because Frank is an architect.
Mm-hmm.
So we get that bit about it being specifically designed to... Blah, 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 blah. We get that part. Then we've got Vincent Azul, which works on its own.
I'll take it then with that part in the prison. You've got him with Stu and Cyrus poring over the maps, and everybody in the thing is going,
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Maybe some curious bloke kind of like poking one of them, like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they're fully visible and
Yes.
partially physical at this point,
Yeah.
at least. Yeah, and then we have a visit to the mayor.
We do.
It starts to get wobbly from here. The mayor's not so bad, but
Do we think that Frank is going to appeal to the mayor's political avarice in the same way that Venkman does? It makes sense that Venkman does because he thinks like that. But Frank's different. How is he going to convince the mayor that? Oh no, of course. This is Cyrus. This is Stu.
they work for me.
Yes.
Okay, alright, so we kind of sidestep the whole mayor thing. Well, we don't sidestep it, we just make it a different scene.
We still get obviously the antagonism with Peck, which ultimately is leading to him being kicked out of the office.
Then we get the motorcade to the building.
Yep.
The climbing of the stairs.
I will mention again something else that links these two films. They both got quite a unique vehicle.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they do, definitely do.
Climbing of the stairs. So again, do we want to allow them that the ghosts go up ahead?
Well, I was going to say the ghosts aren't going to get worn out like he's going to get worn out. He's the only physical one in the group. He's the one who's going to be whining about going up 50 flights of stairs.
You just said they're partially physical. They pick him up and just fly straight up the middle of the stairwell.
But they don't fly.
Oh, but they can go.
They kind of glide. They always go downhill. Have you ever noticed they always go downhill? They kind of glide. Until they go up. They don't go up. You know what I mean?
It depends on what we want. Again, this is a thematic thing for the film, because this is kind of like...
But they're partially physical, so they could maybe kind of help carry him up the stairs or something.
Yeah. But I'm also thinking, like, in the same way, like in the Frighteners, he's very much the underdog. Nobody believes him. And yet this is kind of his starring moment. Everyone believes him.
Yeah.
So maybe we can allow that, if there's just that little bit of celebrity that he gets carried up the stairs or whatever.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
You know.
All right. Because movie.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly,
movie.
yes.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
So we get to the top of the stairs and the Temple of Goza.
And this is where the ghosts are going, oh, fuck shit, because they can see everything creeping out into the corridor.
But no, not just that bit, but when they get up onto the roof.
Yes.
You know, you get the actual Temple of Gozer with the dogs.
In the same way with the Frighteners that the denouement he has to face alone. Are we saying that the power of Gozer in this place is so much that the ghosts can't get in there?
No. Even if the first part is true, no to the second part. No, we need the ghost. Because...
Are you a god?
Yeah, that's true. Yes, of course. We can't lose that.
And also... The next time somebody asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
Fantastic.
Which I believe would be Cyrus.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then we come to choose your doom. And this is where it all starts to rapidly fall apart. Or maybe I'm just being too negative. I don't know. Maybe we've done it. I don't know. But I
don't think we're going to get the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
No, I don't believe that Frank is a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I think we get a massive... I don't know what. I'm going to say I think we get a huge daisy.
Daisy?
Flower garden that his wife wanted.
Oh, Daisy with a smiley face.
Yeah, with the
smash.
With the wind, with his leaves as arms. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. And now it comes to the problem.
How is he going to resolve it?
Because he has no stream to cross.
He has no stream to cross.
Now, obviously, we are not beholden to the literal, strict lore of Ghostbusters. But at the same time, have we demonstrated that he has any ability to deal with a god?
I can see two possible ways that we could end this.
Okay.
First way would be, similar to the Frighteners, he has to have an out-of-body experience. That will allow him to travel into the other dimension and close the gate from the other side.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
Number two, because we've got it there and no doubt he will have it with him, the energy that has been being stored up in the oven, he needs to get that through the gateway and that will shut the gate. Because the oven suddenly has started working, it's been absorbing the energy it needs to close the gate. It is a MacGuffin. We just haven't referred to it as such. He needs to throw it through the gate or somehow cross it over, and that would do the same effect as crossing the streams. The energy it's been collecting is the same as the energy from where Gozer is from, so they cancel each other out.
Uh-huh.
They're the two ways that I can see that we can do this.
Oh, that's a tough one, buddy. I think they're both interesting in their own ways.
If we go with the second one, the chances are we lose Frank unless we do a bit like the Frighteners where they send him back, but it's slightly different lore. He's trapped in another dimension. So we get a downer ending, which is that in keeping with the upbeat theme of Ghostbusters.
I'll be honest, the reason I flinch is because the toaster idea is actually quite neat. In its own way, but it's a little bit cheesy, and there's a little part of me that's going,
It's too obvious.
is it too cheesy? But we've been foreshadowing that this thing is like a magical thing since the beginning. To ignore that completely, no, you're right, that's the way it should go.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy and over the top and everything else, but let's face it, Ghostbusters isn't.
Exactly. Yeah. And while I like the idea of the other one, of him having to cross over and shatter from the other side, it's just that little bit too much of a downer ending for everything else that's happened in the film.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go with that. So it's like, take care of the daisy to the ghosts.
Yeah.
While he tries and rushes up there, having to dodge by the dogs.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. We should have some sort of action-y, sequency thing happening here.
Yeah.
You know, tension and shit. Yeah, absolutely.
So he's got it in the bag. He kind of dodges through, gets past one of the dogs. He goes to throw the bag. The bag gets caught on the horn of one of the dogs, and the thing tumbles out. And the other thing that we know about Frank Bannister, he likes a game of basketball. So he kind of slides across, grabs it up, and slam dunks it through the door.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. And then cue the music.
Cue the music, baby. Oh, bloody hell. We got through that. I mean, I'm still not convinced that it's not a bag of cheese that we just made.
Again,
we made a functioning movie.
We made a functioning movie. Again,
we
first
definitely
draft.
made a functioning movie.
And if this movie were written by the people who wrote Ghostbusters, then they would milk it for all it's worth in terms of where the comedy needs to be.
Well, you know, the same writer-director team. No, not writer-director team. The same director did Evolution, who did a whole thing that was based on Head and Shoulders.
It's true. That is true.
So if we're imagining that Ivan Reitman is directing this movie, I believe that he would go for something as mental as this.
Yeah, fantastic. It as you say, we made a functioning movie. It doesn't break. We found a way that make all of this work and keep it within the spirit of both the Frighteners and Ghostbusters as well.
Yeah. I don't know if we win, but we made a movie.
Yes. That's one in the bag.
One.
I guess that makes you number one.
So come back it'll be 2 weeks' time for the Frightbusters.
The Frightbusters. This should be fun.
As a kind of like a final thing, really. We should have mentioned it earlier in the film. At some point, it should have been, well, you can't call yourself Frank Bannister Psychic Investigator. That's too long. Why didn't you call yourself the Ghostener?
Yeah, just to have a
just
an
we can have the
drop.
symbol, yeah. Which is a shame because I know we've said that now. While I was thinking about it earlier, so actually, if it was going to be anything, the other one would have been the Ghost Whisperer.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyway, yeah. So we have one in the bag, and as I say, we'll be back in a couple of weeks to have a go at the other half of this, which sees the Ghostbusters investigating a very nasty ghost.
Indeed, it does.
So until then, as always, do please come back and check next week. Something will be out on the channel, not sure what yet. But yeah, have a good couple of weeks. Look after yourselves and one another, and see you then.
As always, guys, TTFN. Hey, why did Trent start wearing clothes?
Ba 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 ba.